Orange.
I don't want to talk about even policy that is being, propagated. Football right now we have in our country, it's terrible. The president come back to us and tell us to go look for sponsorship for the leagues. We got our own responsibility to go and run, our clubs. And you come back to us to help you to solicit sponsorship. It just shows what a terrible leader we have now at the Liberia Football Association. You see how bad the league is. It's either Watanga this year or it's Liska next year. That's why the president now is proposing that the majority of the gate intake goes to teams that is going to be on performance basis. If you don't want performance basis, it means that Liska and Watanga, and I say in the president chat, will be the one carrying all the gate intakes. So it's bad. It's terrible.
Just in case you are fortunate to run as president, what do you think you do different?
We're not building infrastructure anymore. Right now, we're building on human capacity and building our teams. I can tell you, under me as president of the Liberia Football Association, there will be buses for all the teams. There will be clubhouses. We will invest physical capital into Liberia football. I've said this before, and I'm a team. For Chris Weah as a president of the Liberia Football Association, though it's not in my purview, but I will ensure that we naturalize foreign players to help our national team. Even if the government cannot pay it, we will look into that. I'm not delegating players, but I feel like we need to naturalize. France, for example, you can't count any person that French citizens here. The thing we do here, we'll do it 10 years, we're not going away. If I do become president of the Liberia Football Association, that will be my priority number one from day one. I will get a sporting team that will go out and look for players that we can naturalize into this country for football to come back. I don't go to the FA to take back. I already have something that I can bring into football. So if FIFA, besides the FIFA,
Sports Minister Zilda Wilson and Deputy Sports Minister Annie Kwame, a CAF and FIFA match commissioner, club licensing manager, and stadium inspector obstructed the rule of law to the dismay of the petitioners. Those of you who weren't there can watch the video on Supreme TV on Facebook. Call on the court to take judicial notice of how senior government officials interfere and disrespect the rule of law, which is actually against FIFA's regulation in government's interference into football. We also call on President George Mano.
Okay, pleasant good morning wherever you are. This is a reminder you are in tune to the Friend Service of the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. This is TrueFM. We broadcast live to you from Duputura, the nation's capital, where the time is 4 minutes after 10. That's the time checked in studio. Well, sports stuff comes your way every Saturday on this section, and with this discuss local and international developments in the world of sports, discuss football, basketball, other sports here on Sports Talk. And today we have a guest, is former Lone Star coach and so who played football for Liberia in an international level. He's one of those who made the country proud, James Salin Sadiba. He's going to be discussing issues affecting football development with us here on Sports Talk. Well, just a reminder, the Civil Law Court at the Temple of Justice ruled recently in favor, it was on Thursday, in favor of Club President Association of Liberia, CPA President, and Crystal Holdings CEO Christian Jipley Weah, actually. Well, in an action to recover charter against the Liberian National Police. Well, we have petitioned the court in December to recover 12,000 United States dollars that was forcefully, wrongfully taken from him by the LMPs Victor Buya, Sanbara, and they asked him actually to accompany them and to contribute to police charity event on the 5th of November 2023, where he continued that Police Inspector General Patrick Suru was informed about the extortion that took place in blackmailing, but he couldn't get his money, thus forcing him to seek legal redress. And the police alleged that when Weah was arrested on November 3, 2023, and taken to their office, he attempted bribing them 100,000 United States dollars but brought 11,000 USD, which they seized as proceeds of crime and ordered him arrested. Wow, this is the funny part of the whole thing. Mari will be taking let me just give you AFCON fixture. Mali will be taking Africa's Mali against Africa's Cape and South Africa. Well, let's take a very short break and commence our discussion here. My name is NAOMI TAPPIA. My co-presenter is not around yet. Stay with us. This is Post Talk. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. This is Post Talk if you just tuning in. So we are discussing civil law court attempt of justice ruling in favor of Club President Association of Liberia and Crystal Holdings CEO Chris Weah in action to recover charter against the Liberia National Police in a amount that's supposed to be given him back is 12,000 United States dollars. Well, Raffia Angels and Shutter Angels know that's the women's upper league, Liberia Football Association Women's Upper League. And we talk about AFCON draws. So I said we have a guest in studio. He has a lot to discuss. So let me just quickly go over to him. Okay. Over to him so we can have our discussion commenced here in studio this morning. All right. So good morning, Chief. Are you there, Mr.
Yeah, good morning.
Science Adiba? How are you? Welcome to Sports Talk.
Thank you so much.
Okay. It's been a while.
Yeah, indeed, it's been quite a while. So. Well, God has been gracious, and thank you for that. Yeah, definitely.
The games?
Yes, some of the games, as you said. I like the way you put it. Yeah, I'm not actually keen on it, but I've been following. I saw some of the games. They're impressive. Yeah, they're impressive.
And there are a lot of upsets. The generals, the Janks, they had already been. I mean, every one of them had already been fired.
Well, in football, the game has evolved so much, and a lot of countries are improving.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say upset. I think the clubs are doing well. The countries are doing well.
You don't consider it as
you can't consider nobody underdog now. The game has evolved.
Really?
Underdog.
A few years back, when you talk about Africa Cup of Nations, you will be thinking about Nigeria is stated that's good. Our West African brothers, they are there.
You will
be talking about Egypt. You'll be thinking about Senegal. You'll be thinking about even look at the great Morocco that they were in. They just ended World Cup. Seeing them being knocked out is just not actually believable. So that's what I'm talking about.
I would say with Morocco, the anticipation was high because of the exploit in the World Cup. But football again, as I said previously, the game has evolved so much. Anything can happen. No, in my perspective, no country now is considered underdog. Look at Cape Verde, for example.
Yes.
We defeated Cape Verde here 2 decades ago, 5-0. Can we play Cape Verde now? Hey, we're no longer on the same level with Cape Verde. Everybody, all the countries around are improving, with the exception of us, anyway. Sorry to say that.
Seriously.
Oops, I blew that one.
But it's justified. Yeah.
Let's be realistic now. From a professional standpoint.
Yes. So that tells you that other countries in Africa are actually progressing when it comes to the development of sports, especially soccer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sure.
And we miss being there. I miss being there. And I know you do too, right?
Oh, yeah. Liberia is my country.
Okay.
Patriotic.
Okay, it's true. So the last time we participated was 1996 was the first time, 2002 was the second time.
Yeah,
and
1996 the first.
You played for us.
Yeah. I played in both AFCON tournaments.
Yeah, at that time, you know the kind of squad we had.
Yeah. Well, impressive. We had people who were willing to die for the country, I would say.
Okay. So how do you feel? We are already into our discussion. How do you feel as a country we produce the world best in 1995 FIFA World Player of the Year, Joshua, and the team has never qualified for World Cup, and then we have just participated 2 times in AFCON 1996 and 2002. Yeah.
Well, it's sad, but I think we need to recalibrate and reconstruct. Yeah, we look long gone the days of the George Weah 11. I would say so-called George Weah 11.
Yeah.
Now we have to focus ahead. We have to forge ahead. We have to rebuild a team, rebuilding and rebrand a team. When I was coach for the Lone Star, I believe, in my perspective, that I played. I had the finest player of this generation, I would say. Yeah, the finest player of this generation. Now we have to start from scratch. We have a team now that I would say not competitive because the records are there. We have not been too impressive in terms of international competitions. But yes, there's hope. Yes, we got to be hopeful. I think we can rebuild a team, rebrand it, and forge ahead.
Okay.
I'm talking from a professional standpoint.
Yeah.
I look at the game from a different perspective, and not like other people, because I have a hands-on experience.
So your time was 2013 to 17, am I right?
Yeah. Sure.
That was the time you coached the Lone Star.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just read out some of the records. You played the game. If I'm wrong, maybe you can correct me. So in 2002, Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers, we beat Cape Verde in the qualifier round to top the group and qualify for the finals for the second time in history, right? Yeah. Yes. So in 2002 Africa Cup of Nations, we drew the first match against Mali 1-1.
Yes.
Yeah. And former president, we are scored.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do the second game too against Algeria.
Fine, 2-2 against Algeria. Print Day score and Kevin Singwell score.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, but we needed
your football historian.
Yeah, I'm a sports journalist. Anyway, I was actually a chat. Okay. I was actually a chat, but I have to read about you.
Oh my God, you made me feel too old. I feel like I'm 100 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, then let's talk about the 2000 World Cup, 2002 World Cup, because this has been one of the most controversial issues in sports in Liberia. The 2002 World Cup qualification game against Ghana.
Can we go past that, because I've elaborated on this multiple times.
Now with me now, I don't think I was there. Maybe you as other sports
journalists. People thought it was a conspiracy. The game was orchestrated for us to give it away. A lot of people are not saying.
And do you believe that?
No,
I do not believe that.
No.
Yeah,
I think where we fell short was complacency. I always say this.
Okay.
I mean, we went to Ghana. We defeated the Black Star, one of the best teams.
3-1, right?
Our collection of players they had at the time. Yes, 3-1.
Yes.
We were complacent. We thought we were on top of the world. Yeah, we thought we were already qualified. We were on top of the world. Complacent.
Okay. And now knowing they were recalibrating to come back forcefully.
Yeah, well, surprisingly, they never had hope.
Yeah, because
they saw the possibility of qualifying was far-fetched because of what we did in Accra.
Yeah.
So they said, well, let's take our third team. Sorry for, but basically, yes, it was their third team. And we blew it. As I said, we were too complacent. We said, well, we can be the first team. I mean, come on, this is the third team.
Okay. Okay. When they came here, Charles Amoah scored in the 32nd minute. So I stand to be correct. I was on the field, you were there. So if I'm not giving you accurate information, you let me know. Then in the 58th minute, after Kevin Singwell scored for us in the 44th minute, In a 58-minute, one Asik Boakye score for Ghana.
The second
And
goal.
in a 2-1, right?
Yeah,
Fine.
2-1.
Okay. So this is how we were denied participation in the 2002 World Cup.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah. So tell us complacency, there where you stop.
Yeah, we're complacent. As I said, said previously, we thought we had a game.
Mhm.
We thought we had already qualified for the World Cup.
Okay.
And that was wrong because, I've been around this game for a vast number of years. And I've learned over the years that complacency in football is not good.
Okay.
And I told you that was just where we fell short.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Complacency.
celebrated too soon, too early.
All right. So let's come back to the current status of Liberian football. We're looking at the national team. We're looking at our clubs, because the national team is not the only problem. Sometimes when our players go out there, we don't really hear impressive news about a lot of them. And even our clubs, when they go out there to participate in CAF Confederation Cup, we don't what we get at the end of the day is
the game has declined drastically under this administration, under the Mustafa Raji's administration.
Wow.
Not being personal, being objective.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, you hardly see our clubs go into second round in any African club competition.
Yes.
You can check that. When we were playing here back then, yes, Moribaro did it, LPR so Wallace did it. So the game has declined.
What do you think is responsible?
I said this from the get-go that the evolution of the game, you can look at all the countries around us.
Mm-hmm.
The evolution of this game has impacted a lot of countries, with the exception of Nigeria. Gone are those days where club presidents used to, actually support their teams. Now you have corporate sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have sponsorships in Europe. Where the funding going? Where the clubs are not benefiting? Our clubs are impoverished. How many foreign players do you have in our league?
Okay, the corporate sponsorship, what I know is arranged.
But how much are the clubs benefiting? How much? It's yet to be revealed. It's yet to be revealed. You see, the clubs are impoverished. They are not benefiting. So look at the influx of foreign players. How many clubs can afford to hire foreign players? How many clubs? Leska, of course, perhaps Watanga. Yeah. How many clubs?
We have a few of them playing in our leagues.
How many players we have? We'll compare to the late 80s and the early 90s, where we have influx of foreign players. You can name it. Just to name a few: the Ben Marti, the Dana Kwa, come on, the Dan Quality, the Philo Swansea, the Ben Marti. Just to name a few. It's sad. It's sad. Our game has declined
drastically.
Yes. That's the terminology. The game has declined. Look at the national team. We defeated Cape Verde 2 decades ago, 5 goals to 0. Do you think you umpire with Cape Verde now?
No.
There's no comparison.
No.
Cape Verde is in the quarterfinals of the African competition.
Yeah.
It has evolved from that stage. Where are we? We're still struggling. Basically, we're still struggling for qualification. And people, it's just sad. It's just sad. It's no politics here, okay? Mm-hmm. Let's put aside politics. Mm-hmm. This is football we are talking about. It's sad. It's sad. The problem of the national team is not the FA is not erecting infrastructure. Those are things that are mandatory. FIFA, come on, you should do them. But what about our football? Where's the game headed? When you talk, they say, the man being super critical against the officials of the LFA. Well, let's be realistic.
Yeah.
You hire foreign coaches. You give it an exorbitant sum of money. And they are yet to qualify our company. Yeah. I will hear Coach Keita. Keita was doing extremely well with the under 17.
Yeah.
And that is the team for the future. You can quote me on that. The under 17 team will make us proud. I just hope they will retain Keita because he's did a job that is unprecedented.
Okay, so he should be retained with the under
Yes.
17 instead
Yes.
of being given.
Keita is a good coach. I just think you were misplaced. Keita is a good coach. And I talked to him prior to his ascension. Only he had listened to me. But Keita is a great, he's a developmental coach. Well, what he did with the under 17 team, very impressive. Very impressive.
Yeah.
No, let's hear Keita.
So it was
on that level.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was an unprecedented performance that you saw being displayed by him.
By Coach Keita. He did well.
But then the thing is, when he desired to be national team coach, a lot of us spoke. I spoke against that. We felt he was not. Yeah, I read what you posted, and a lot of people say, "Oh, you are being envious."
Yes. Oh, Diba doing this because he won a national team job. Look, I have served my country in that capacity. And I serve well. I serve with distinction. The records are there. Okay. I no longer decide that position. I was just telling him, I was talking to him as a brother.
I will not come to that. I will not come to that point. You just say you no longer decide.
No, I've been in that capacity.
Okay, so recently, because the NFA is asking for qualified people to apply for that particular position, and I went out soliciting views. A lot of people say you should be given that particular responsibility. Yes. Yeah. So seeing that you are no longer interested,
people are afraid of me.
You will surely frustrate people a lot this morning on the show.
I wouldn't frustrate. I could contemplate on that because the president, John F. Kennedy of the United States, once said in a quote, he said, "Ask not what your country can do for you,
but what you can do,
for your country."
Yeah,
it's a possibility. The people are so afraid of me because you know why? They cannot control me.
So who are the people afraid of you?
The hurricane of the LFA.
Why are they afraid of you so much?
Man, when he can't, you won't do your own thing. And yes, my own thing was successful. It was too many interference. Too many interference. Oh, we want this player. The other player than my player. When I came to the national team, I went there because I wanted to set the record straight. And my records are there. Nobody was going to impose on me. No, and you can quote me on that. I never took money like other people are saying from players, because the coaching profession is results oriented. When you're not given the necessary records, necessary results, you have to go. So I was there because I wanted to make an impact, and I did.
Okay, this is an interesting revelation you just made concerning interference, and it should not be like that.
No.
Yeah. So they are afraid of.
I think Keita was being used as a stooge,
we all know that they are afraid of. They are actually afraid of an individualist like you. Because you will not be bent. You will not be controlled by them.
No, they know me, man. I'm integrity leading. I will not fall for those things. They know me for that.
I think some of it is actually necessary for people to speak up, to tell the public what's going on. So if that is the only reason, that's why others say politics should be ruled out of football. If we are to develop, if we are to see ourselves getting on par with other countries. So this is actually a serious issue, saying somebody will be denied the opportunity of coaching the national team because he's unbending. I don't think it should be acceptable in any way.
A lot of the coaches they try to impose on you and tell you what they want you to do. Because I have problem with them because of that. When are you going to tell me I play the game at the highest level? There are few players in Liberia who is on par with me in terms of where we play. Yes, few players who play the game. I had a hands-on experience when it comes to football. There's nothing you can tell me about this game. Okay?
Yeah, that's why you have been here as the most
Yeah, I mean,
celebrated Liberian soccer star.
I've been there, done that. I know the intricacies of football. I know the various aspects. Yeah, I mean, basically every aspect of football. You know, the mistake our people make is that I think when you play football, you don't have that experience. You know, but look, for instance, I will tell you something. If you and I were to go to watch a game, you will watch a game from a different standpoint. I'm looking from a different perspective.
Of course, because you played it.
Yes, because I played the game. Our people, I mean, we just naive, you know. We don't know what football is. Everybody, yeah, we think we have 5 million coaches. Oh, we should be doing that. Oh, we should be doing that. I mean, they just don't understand. Those are all who play the game. We know what it is. We know.
And you play for a lot of big teams.
Yeah,
Okay, let me just highlight your early career. You started with Mighty Barrow 1984 to 89, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, then coming to 89 to 90, you and Dwala.
Yeah, no, yeah, you know, Douala,
Yeah.
87, 88.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you play for Olympic.
Yeah, because I went to France, 88, 89.
Okay, then you play for Monaco, you play for Lyon.
I play for Olympique Lyon. We don't say Lyon, Olympique Lyonnais. We're speaking French now.
Oh, right. I'm not a French. I'm not a French girl. No, I'm not a French.
Olympique Lyonnais.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not a French
And I
girl.
play for OGC Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I'm seeing Nice. You play
And I
for Anderlecht.
Royal Sporting Club, the Anderlecht.
Yeah, the Anderlecht. You
Yes.
play for PSG.
Yeah, Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah. I think I'm not a French girl.
I play for Paris
Yeah.
Saint-Germain.
Other clubs.
Yes. I play for Paris Saint-Germain. Sure.
And then you came to the national team. You've been doing well there while you were playing for these teams.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We took the national team at a different level. George Weah 11 team. We took the national team to a different level.
Yes. And that's what Liberians
But
need.
it's sad now that we can't speak in our fashion anymore.
But we're yearning for that. So why do you think, Mr. Diba, we are yearning for that? We are yearning for those days that we used to be celebrated. We used to be
Those days can come back. But we have to be patient.
So what do you think? What do you think we can do?
We don't have that because Liberian people say, "Oh, it's got to happen now." Everything, look, in football, especially football is planning. We have to plan. If we are to be competitive for the next decade, our preparation should start now. And as I said before, I said the team that will fit in that category will be the under 17 team. Or Coach Keith that was coaching.
They will transition.
They will transition. Yes, I like the terminology. They will transition, and they will make us proud. We have played. You know, not to discredit the present generation of players. No, I don't want to say that. They are trying.
Yeah.
But I think they have to go beyond that.
Okay. The current generation of players you're talking about, I think the foundation has problem. Am I right? The foundation of these players.
Yeah, but you see, the problem here is once people start playing, they don't even mature. They want to go professional. Oh, the man got to go play. Okay, they're sending for him. He going to Malaysia. He going to Singapore. He going to Maldives. Come on, the quality is not the same. Look at you an African. Look, as I said, look at the evolution of the game out of Africa. All the countries are producing top-notch professional athletes.
Yes.
Top-notch. Now you got your player. Let's take, for example, you got a player coming from Malaysia or Maldives or Malta, and you play against somebody that is playing in the Premiership. Do you see the comparison? You got somebody in the Premiership. You got another player in the Italian league. These are different levels. Those are different levels. You can't compete with those people. No way. Impossible.
Okay, so
our players are not bad, but they are struggling, and they are not up to that level.
All right, so you believe that we need to invest in grassroots programs?
Sure. Sure.
Okay, so let's make this point of coaching the national team to stand out. You said that you don't desire it, but if it is the will of the Liberian people,
Can we go
you
past
are
that?
no. I
Can
just
we go
want
past
no.
that?
I want for the listeners to understand this because a lot of people, when you open this telephone, oh yeah, we open the telephone line, we say, okay, we need the back, we need the back.
I have moved on, man.
Yeah, but if they want you,
I pay my dues.
if they actually want you, by all means, you say you are a patriotic Liberian. You are willing to serve your country. So if they want you back, you're willing to come back to do the work.
You know, a lot of people don't want me back because I'm stern, I'm rigid when it comes to decision making.
Look, inflexibility should not be the problem. If you are not flexible, that's what about.
A whole lot of things will have to be changed.
No, Diba,
and some people at the top, those at the top will not be willing to do that.
The team doesn't belong to them. Do you realize that?
Yeah, I know that. It's the Lone Star of Liberia. I know that. I know.
So what sort of country are we living if that is the case? That the will of few people, the elites should be prioritized over the will of the ordinary Liberians.
Liberia is a different country, my sister.
Liberians
are peculiar people.
It should positively be resisted.
Liberians are peculiar people. Trust me.
It should positively be resisted. We're talking about all of us here. Yeah, the issue we're discussing has to do with everybody. Remember, the national team is.
I propose it's not only about me, about people who, a lot of other players who play the game at that level, the highest level. Those people need to organize a committee and bring those people on board.
Yes,
the decision.
that's what Musa Bilete did, right?
Yes, you see, that was how he was so successful, and the decisions will be paramount to the development of the national team. Musa Bilete did that. Musa Bilete was smart. Musa was very smart. But Musa King organized the various chapter of the national team, the various categories, the under 17, the under 20. And guess what? He appointed people who play professional soccer, people who play the game, and who have understanding. See?
Okay.
That was he did.
Okay, that's kind of the excuse of the current RFA leaders you just talked about. They have set down to a number that they lack financial assistance. What do you make of that particular argument? What's your take on that issue?
The LFA, are you kidding me? I don't want to delve into that. Musa Bilete, Edwin Snow, those guys were visionary with a little meager salary or meager money they were getting annually. They improvise and they make things happen. Go past those days. You know how many elevators has accumulated since then? Approximately close to, I think, I don't have the records, but more than $10 million. Musa Bilete never had that leverage. Edwin Snow never had that leverage. And yet they improvise.
But the donation is not from.
And yet they improvise.
What are you talking about? It's not from the government.
Not from the government, from FIFA.
Yeah.
FIFA, you know, FIFA and CAP is now pumping a huge sum of money. On Musa Bilete, no, he never had that. He never had that leverage as well as Snow. They never had that leverage. But guess what they did? Those guys were visionary. Honor them, the game evolved.
So they were innovative people.
Very innovative. You see? But now the money is coming in, and you know.
So, are you arguing that the current breed of leaders we have at the RFA,
we have to be sincere, man. We have to be sincere. This is Liberia here. We have to be sincere.
So they lack the technical know-how to improvise, to take us to another level.
Well, it's not lacking the technical know-how. Are they willing to do what is necessary? Are they willing to do what is mandatory? That's my
So what they are doing is intentional.
Of course. If you taking money that is not yours and putting in your pocket, isn't it intentional?
That's stealing.
It's intentional. If you're taking the money that is intended for a different purpose and using it at your own expense, I mean, come on, how do we classify that?
Is that what the current RFA leaders are doing?
How do you term that? I mean, come on.
That's corruption. That's stealing.
It's sad, man. It's sad. You know, we talk with the money, with the money that has been given.
But Mr. Diba, we usually hear people say Raji is developing Liberian football. He's doing extremely well, and talking like the way you are doing.
Infrastructure development. Those are development that is mandatory. Those are development that you're supposed to do. If I give you your money, for example, somebody say, "Look, I give you $10," and the $10, I want you to purchase pepper, tomatoes, and this. It's intentional, right? It's mandatory that you do those things.
Mm-hmm.
What have they done out of the ordinary? What? You tell me. All those things, the infrastructure development, the astroturf, the this, the that, those are FIFA mandates. You have to do those things. We're giving you our money, we want you to do this and do that. What have they done out of the ordinary?
But they should be here for
the sponsorship deal. The sponsorship deal. The clubs benefiting? We should ask ourselves, are the clubs benefiting? The clubs are struggling. And the evolution of the game, basically every country are benefiting. But yet in Liberia, the clubs are struggling. When I was playing, presidents individually, unilaterally were supporting teams. Gone are those days.
Okay, so let me ask you about this argument in some quarters that Liberia should withdraw from every international engagement or every international tournament and focus on developing football.
I don't think withdrawal would be the best solution. We're building a team. We have a team, the under 17. Yeah, that team will be competitive in the next 4 or 5 years.
So we should remain there.
How you think the George Weah team came to fruition? I think the structure, the organization, I think the formation of that team started in 1986. When a young group of people, including myself, the former president, George Weah, Kevin Segwe, and other people, were taken to Brazil for training. The team was there for 8 months. 8 months. They came back from Brazil. The team came back from Brazil. Another group of people went to Casablanca, Morocco, for another 6 months training. But in that was the process. We were playing games, but we were getting mature. But mind you, we were still being defeated. But that particular group of players, that collection of players, we were coming together as a corporate unit. So now, when did we qualify for our first AFCON competition? 1996.
Yeah, 96, yeah.
From 1986 to 96. 10 years. We qualified for our second African competition, 2000. Yeah. How many years is that? I think it's 96. 6 years.
6 years in between, yeah.
So 16 years of cohesion. So you do the math. 16 years of cohesion. I think took 16 years to metamorphose what we're seeing today. 16 years. You see that? So it's a process. It's not a quick fix. A lot of people bring Jose Mourinho now. It's not going to be a quick fix. It's time. It will take time for a protracted period before you have a formidable team, before you have a competitive team. Football is not magic. Football is preparation. That's why people will stay here with George Weah 11 team, because that team took years. Took years to come together. 16 years. You see that? It's a process. My sister, it's a process. We have to be patient. How much have you invested?
Okay, so let me. Okay, I've heard people saying that it was Honorable Edwin Snow who dissolved the national team without putting in place a development program.
All respect, Edwin Snow was a genius. Likewise, Musa Those guys were innovative, man. Edwin Snow reached out to the players. That's why Snow was so successful. He respected the former players. He called the players together. He said, "Look, gentlemen, this is it. How are we doing it?" I can remember before every game, Snow would call his excellency, the former president George Weah. He would call me. He would call 2 other players. "Gentlemen, here's the team. This is the labyrinth, but this is your team. How are we doing?"
So he was consultative all along.
Very much. Very much. Musa Bele is the same. Very much. Humble, down to earth. You got to look. You got the humility. In humility, you will prevail. That's why the present generation, but that's why the present FA is not doing.
So are you accusing them of being arrogant?
They are arrogant.
So the arrogancy of the leaders is what making us to be.
You're not reaching out to the people, the original custodian of football in the country. You're not reaching out to them. You silence a lot of people. because they got opposing views. Nobody want to talk to Jean Salazar Diba because Jean Salazar Diba is perhaps being termed as a radical, you know. So in consultation, they will never come to me. Mustafa Raji don't call me. Other people don't call me. They are afraid of me because they meant too radical, you know.
And I have heard that he actually, a lot of people have accused him of being afraid of working along with smart people.
Sure.
Are you validating the argument?
I validate that, exactly. You don't want to reach out to people and people who are versed.
You
have to call on people who are versed in the capacity.
Is he afraid of being outshined by people?
I don't know. You know, I don't know what is his problem. I don't know. You know, I mean, he became president and everybody hailed him. You know, he's the boss. You always respect that. But you have to reach out to people. It's impossible to run football in this country.
Okay. We'll get to the line, but let me
ask you. We are stakeholders, man.
I know.
Stakeholders.
Yeah, it's true. All right, let me ask you this question. One Christian Jipley, he's the Club President, Association of Liberia Presidents. He suggested that we should naturalize. That's what he said. He said naturalization of players will also help to move up forward. He set an example on France. France has a lot of foreign players who are naturalized, and we see what is happening.
What is my take on this?
Yeah, your take on this, please.
Well, I think this, Chris, is 100% right.
We should naturalize.
We should naturalize people, but we did that in the past. We have, you know, a lot of people don't know, but we have few Brazilians on our team. We had Sergio, we had Dorazzi, we had Nascimento. Yes, a lot of people don't know that, but we naturalized Brazilian who were playing on the national team. Cape Verde is doing it.
Yes.
Look at the Cape Verdean team.
A lot of Portuguese.
Other countries. Look at the great France. I was in France. If you look at the French national team, you have basically 30% real French. You have Claude Makelele. Claude Makelele is from DR Congo. You have Zinedine Zidane from Algeria. You have Vicente Lizarazu from Spain. You have David Trezeguet from Argentina. Yes, Trezeguet is from Argentina.
Okay.
Basically, come on. Even the Michel Platini, the god of French football, Michel Platini is Italian.
Okay.
It's happening all over the world. Look, let me give you another example.
Yeah.
Look at Higuain is French. So you see, it happens all over the world. I think we need to follow suit. We need to do this.
Yeah. Okay. But others are saying they are looking at the cost. They always talk about money. So you need money.
Money coming in.
All the things you're talking about, naturalization.
I know it's cash intensive. Money coming in. You gotta improvise. I get the money. Why you can't do that? Money coming in. They're making money.
Okay, so let's interact with our listeners. Yes, Jean Salazar Diba, Liberia's most celebrated soccer star. My name is NAOMI TAPPIA. This is Post Talk. Our Sayon is right by our side. Let me get started with Theophilus. Theo is ready. Okay, Theo, good morning. You really want to call in? Yeah, go ahead. You live.
Yeah, so my respect to James Diba, the veteran, according to me.
Yes, sir.
But let me just make this point. He described Honorable Snow as a visionary. But here's my take. We took 16 years to build a team, and we saw that team metamorphose into the finest that we have not yet replaced.
True.
Honorable Snow dissolved that team without putting in place the proper replacement process. That's where our problem started.
That's the problem.
Having foreign players in our team. It's true. And I was coming up. That's how I began commentary. And I heard in it like Phil Dorazzi and the other guys.
Okay,
but trust me, that's where our problem began.
All right, too. Okay, thank you. He will address that. Let's get views from other callers too, please. Good morning.
Good morning, says Naomi, and good morning to Liberia celebrated star Jean Salazar Diba.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good Yeah, my name is actually. Let me tell you about being professional player. I want to start in studio to talk for sport.
Yeah.
Let me appeal on the level of what they continue to do, and now we are missing again. Today, our neighbor is hosting the Army competition right our back door. And today, Labrador cannot be found the same. But I want to ask Diba, if you are giving the mountain authority again to come back, we accept it to see how we can represent the national team. And so let me appreciate all of the every slow. I know today the people when you train the doesn't be too complex. You order the hospital or any medicine with Mr. Platini when they came there to inspect the place.
Okay,
so
thank you.
We are called back, we accept to help out to make our team be a vibrant.
Okay, you address that. Whether he will come back to make the team a vibrant one. All right, thank you so much. Let's get Daniel Sober. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning. Yeah, you live. Go ahead.
Thank you, Naomi. Good morning. My name is Daniel Sober, and I joined you on ESW this morning. I listened to a presentation, but I think he did not, he was named the name, but he did not end it. If you said this team is doing it at the end, they went all this country. I think that trip was not sponsored by LFA. And LFA will not get a record of money to sponsor people on that level. So the national, and it never into a place belong. The national government are still responsible for their team. And the money that coming from LFA is come for a purpose. Those purpose, Raji is making this purpose to implement it.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, let's hear from other callers. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Alvin.
Yeah, you live. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning also to the legend in studio. My name is Hillary B. Johnson, and I'm the founder of the Labrador National Football Fan Base. So I want to say thanks to the big brother in studio for some of the great things that he has done for Labrador football, and we, the young people, we appreciate him a lot. So to the issue, I also hold the same view that Labrador football, from the various party I have watched for the under 17, I've seen the breadth of feature in those cases, but then I believe that Labrador should have program to keep good players together. But then in an aspect that the big brother will say that LFA should be responsible, that they benefited from the group that traveled to Brazil and other things. I believe that it was the government who did that. So some of his requests should be consultants in the government on how for this process to come up.
Thank you. The big brother will address he will address that. So thank you so much for calling. Let's hear from this other person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Nami.
Yeah, you live.
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel Fitzgerald, promoting a joint conversation for myself.
Yeah, go ahead.
First, let me tell former player Diba for a explanation. But I have serious problem when he has a former football team. They know what they were for this team, because when they were in a mental fitness, and there was a time they should have free player. But all of them left the team, and they can't jump on it. Today the national team have dropped down, the fitness has lost, so everything has gone to zero. So they decided how to take the blame. Former president don't help allow to make them to where they are.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. All right, thank you. 0776103117. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, change your location, please.
Yeah, change my location.
Yeah, number, be fast.
Yeah, what I call yesterday, he said the former players and all that they the politics. I can remember I think the former president retired from football. I think he on the football scene. He said one of the other president. They could deny him from that.
Yeah.
So why you say that all them for getting the politics?
Okay.
Because we are not talking about politics in Kenya. We're going to build a national team. In Kenya, as a president for the LFA, they could deny him.
Okay.
So that one cause the president had to go into politics. So you should not be saying more players than Kenya join the politics.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah, so,
thank you. April Blackie is calling. Let's hear from him. Thank you. Yeah.
On the national team.
Yeah.
Please call him as a coach for national team.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Let's hear from April Blackie, please. Please free the line. Yeah. Good morning, April. Good morning. No, I think we lost. Okay, good morning. Let's hear from this other person. Good morning.
Good morning.
You live, go ahead.
Yeah, you are talking to the fan club president of this guy. And I want to appreciate the legend.
Please be fast. This time around, be very brief. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have when he said that the team are not benefiting from this sponsorship. Because we all know that FIFA would all CAF will send money, it will be directed for what you were saying, the building of stadium. But then the sponsorship is also if I'm mistaken correctly, he also is executive member on the Ghanasville bench.
Yeah, Ghanasville FC, yeah.
I have a document that Ghanasville also benefiting as a second division team for the sponsorship deal. So can you speak to that if one of the two or that?
So what are they benefiting?
They are benefiting for two ways. Ghanasville benefit for the orange sponsorship deal, and then they benefit for the CAF convention.
Okay, thank you.
They have half of this car benefit almost 7,000 because they benefit for the orange sponsorship deal, and then they benefit for the CAF.
You will speak to that. Thank you.
So then you speak about that if you have ever seen that seen there around Ghana.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's hear from this other person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you live. Yeah.
My name is Amara Koda from Bravo.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I don't think for me, I don't think we need to with the chance to value the national team because coming, the building of the national team, they need effort. And Mr. Diba, as the previous caller said, like before this Mr. Diba and those guys who are supposed to, prepare the national team get into politics.
But when you ask people, a lot of people will tell you Diba should come back and coach the national team.
NAOMI, the building of the national team need effort, and Diba can be running after his political career and want to get over. So I think someone could who are never try to innovate in the
okay.
I mean, in the party government, Diba can be given a privilege because they don't support the party number one and number two.
You see, then that's bringing politics into football. Okay, thank you so much for calling. Thank you. Other people want to make their contribution, please. All right, 0776103117. What football has to do with campaign for a political party? Yes, seriously. Good morning.
Everything.
Good morning to the legend studio.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Philip. Like I said, I joined from Boston resident.
Be fast.
Yeah, NAOMI, the man appreciate divine studio for NAOMI. For me, I still hold the view on the press cam that I don't want to see Liberia focusing on the national team. They think they cost that, but everyone then they should leave this job NAOMI just and the coach, Diva or the former coach, just kind of exonerate probably from the issue of taking money from player ball. There's a very issue problem of Liberia coaching staff and Liberia coaches there. I want everyone then to
okay, thank you. All right. Let me get Abel Plaki. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you. Good morning, Abel.
Morning, NAOMI.
Yeah, you're live.
Well, thank you. And I like the pointed questions you're giving to Mr. Deba. Is Deba not Deba? Is that the right pronunciation? Deba?
Exactly. Thank you for the correction. I explaining myself.
Just blame on the former president who miserably failed. This man played football, the institution he played elevated him. Silent under his regime, football died. But he instead blaming Mustafa Raji instead of blaming the president who reduced all of the sports budget in this country and yet his wealth budget more than the sports budget. The president of Liberia, who was a world best, African best, European best, under his regime, football died in this country. Why are you not blaming the president when you instead blaming Mustafa Raji?
Okay,
the president of Liberia should be blamed because he miserably failed.
Okay, Ebra, thank you. Thank you so much. We need to get back to it. Let me hear from this person. We need to get back to it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you're live.
My name is Anthony B. William, Tony for Proshki.
Yeah, go ahead, Anthony.
I think Mr. Deba and Mr. Deba, they all here president, we have to create football.
How?
I mean, you were seeing some things happening on the national team, And it did not include the president. I mean, and as far as you are saying more and more according to the Bible thing is not true. We don't want him.
No. So you're accusing me of being a liar. I'm not going to take that from you. Listen, I'm saying those that I spoke with. I've never been rooting for Diba. I've been rooting for Thomas Kojo, but a lot of people that
I'm been rooting for Thomas Kojo.
So what you don't do that. Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm not saying that you're lying because I guess because I don't know who you talk with. Maybe those who you talk with are rooting for Mr. Diba. Or it's majority. We are all want to talk with.
Okay.
Or international coach.
All right. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you. Let's take this person as our last caller. Good morning. Yeah, you live. Go ahead.
This is Emmanuel Robertson, according for Jibatan Lone Star.
Yeah, go ahead. You are our last caller.
Yeah, I listened to my senior brother. I'm a reason I follow him a lot. When I was coming off, my football team was Villa. So
wow.
I want to how it was this morning.
I'm in place. Thank you.
He meant to work our football activities in Nigeria. The national pool is there where he is Virginia understand. Look at those things and you highlight that we need to work with it.
Okay.
It's the problem for this country. Even in the police, the national police, those are contracted. The people that are in the house, the people they want to do, they want to do, and there's that. The single police officer has to arrest somebody in the traffic, on traffic, or that ticket rider or motorball rider or take telephone and put directly in the office.
Okay.
And tell the person this is why the person from this is why the person the one can literally those people on the field. So it goes right back to the coaches. If you give somebody else the chance, give them the opportunity to play their role to the best because you trusted and given an opportunity to serve.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you.
We also need to naturalize those.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, let's get back to the guests. You listen to the chorus. A lot of people still want to talk.
I did. Yeah. Let me just address the first issue.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a very objective person. When they make reference to failure, yes,
former President, His Excellency George Mannering, failed
miserably. And I said that to his face. I told him that. I said, honor your leadership. His football does not excel. That would be a failure. Because from where you came from. I told him that. I told him, we had a chit chat at the Invincible Park. We had a chit chat for an hour. And I told him, I said, look, honor your leadership. The game has to improve. Because President Samuel Kanyando gave us the opportunity and we excel. It was through his instrumentality that we excel. Honor you, football has to improve. And he failed miserably. Yes. We'll point finger at His Excellency. Yes, he failed. And I can say that any day. And I told him that. I don't talk behind people. I told him to his face. I said, you have failed. Because the anticipation, the expectations were high. We expected you to do more, and you didn't do that. The national team never with all his contacts, he failed. Let's be realistic. He didn't do well. No, he didn't prioritize sports. No, and he failed. And look, people, I don't know why people are so. I ruled that out a long time ago. I said I have paid my dues. I have served my country. I have served my country. I'm not even thinking, I'm not looking in that regard. I'm looking forward to something else. And no, I did not. I did not. No, I did not apply. I did not apply. And let me tackle the issues. Somebody said they did mention Edwin Snow dissolved the team. No, to a point of correction. Edwin Snow did not dissolve the national team. The government did. Because it was after the 2002 Afghan competition in Mali that they dissolved the team. They felt that the players were too radical because we demanded our per diems and other benefits. And they said the players were too radical and they dissolved the national team. It was not Edwin Snow. It was the government of Liberia. And yes, what was the other? I didn't bring my notepad. Yeah. And somebody did mention about the clubs benefiting. Yes, Ghana FC and other clubs. Yeah, other clubs are benefited. But it is yet to reveal the actual magnitude of the contract that was signed, the sponsorship contract. Look, if somebody signed a contract and they give the person $1 million and the person giving you peanuts, the person giving you, and the person handing out $1,000 to member clubs, that's peanuts. With compared to what he has accumulated, that's peanuts. So what is the actual magnitude? Yes, and I handling up crumbs and peanuts. So yes, I'm handling up peanuts. So, yeah, my parting comment is we all wish the national team well, and whatever coach that is selected, that is higher, he got my blessing. I wish him well. I hope it will be somebody that I know, and perhaps we can our advisory, advisory role will be necessary. Yes, and I wish the national team well. All hail Liberia, all Liberia first, Liberia last. Thank you so much. Thank you. Always a pleasure. I mean, I really appreciate it.